This is fine. We're all consenting adults.
We're all consenting adults.
Wow.
Okay.
Welcome back. Hi.
Welcome to Are You Flirting With Me? I am Shawna Blake.
I'm Kendrea James.
And we are here today with our wonderful guest,
Mitch the Scientist.
Mitch the Scientist.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
Grateful to be here.
Yeah, studio audience is loving it already. Oh, so many things.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, welcome to the podcast. Are You Flirting With Me?
Yeah, we're glad that you're here. So Mitch, we're going to jump right in. What's your deal?
Deal? Well, I'm a psychology professor over at University of Arkansas, and do a lot of mad japery around town for just big presence, much like how big that bark was.
Yeah.
But that's all right. But also kind of couching that too. I'm a social psychologist by training, and a lot of my research is primarily in the realm of mating behavior, sexuality, attraction, and relationships. Basically been, at least a joke among my family, because my family's kind of cruel. They would always say, "Well, Mitch, are you trying to get laid?" Shut up, Grandma. But yeah, just there's a lot of research on that. Then comedy kind of worked its way into it, and then just kind of all dovetails.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
That's amazing.
So professor, researcher, comedian, all the things. I think that you're going to be perfect for this podcast.
Absolutely.
Because I think a lot of our guests are trying to get laid.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that you told your grandma to shut up.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
She had a comment.
Don't they all?
Grandma's asking some inappropriate questions.
Yeah.
So she might as well get some inappropriate responses. You know,
That's what you get.
That's what I think.
So great. So, Mitch, we'd like to start our podcast. We have some rapid fire questions that we're going to ask you, and then we'll jump into the flirty questions. So you can feel free to answer these however you'd like.
Absolutely.
6 months from now, how do you want your life to be?
Well, 6 months from now, I would like to have everything be unbelievably boring in many respects. Right now, I've recently just gotten promoted to another level of professor, and I'm in the process now of trying to transition my research into being, just more systematic, but also in a way where I can investigate bigger questions. So I finally have that job security, that academic freedom that we all talk about, because sometimes tenure's under attack. Sometimes though, I'd like to be able to get a more consistent research program going on. Like to try to maintain my warp speed on just getting published, getting students out the door, and ultimately just finding a way to keep existing in a way that I find personally meaningful. Keep doing comedy shows with everyone, and quite frankly, I'm in the early stages of trying to buy a house, so that's been a special circle of hell.
Oh, man, I bet. That's crazy. But that's
Yeah.
exciting.
That is
so
exciting.
congrats, but that's got to be tough. Do you mind holding slightly closer?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
of
a
course.
little bit.
Thank you.
Yeah, perfect.
You felt a little far away. I just want people to hear you.
Fair
okay,
enough.
perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, how tall are you?
I am 5'10".
Amazing.
Great. Good height.
Can you keep a secret?
I can keep secrets incredibly well. It's sometimes almost militantly, but then only time I don't keep a secret is if I'm honor bound by certain university policies. So obviously, self-harm, stalking, blah blah blah. I've done it before. It is awful actually to be able to have to be in this position. But yes, there have been times when I've had to call someone higher up before just to say, hey guys, this is happening. Including my own case of being stalked one time. That was not fun.
Dang.
Whoa, you were stalked?
Yeah, it was about 8 years ago now, and this is a former significant other of mine. This is a fundamentally a good human being, but this person was ultimately just not in an okay space at that time, and I but also too being unokay was also kind of that doesn't necessarily mean that I had to shoulder that burden, and I had to create that space as much as possible. I had to get a Title IX office involved. That one was also interesting too because there was a lot of administrative failure on all levels. I'm trying really hard not to name names, but basically there was some kind of speculated conflicts of interest with people who should have had my best interest in mind, and they dropped the ball really hard to where I was I was afraid of Red RAV4s for like 2 years.
Dang.
That's tough.
That's crazy that they call it mandating reporting, like mandated reporting. Like, think
Yeah.
of a different name,
Right.
you know?
It's like that's what got us into this situation.
yeah, was a man trying to date.
But
Exactly.
also man dates can be totally wholesome. Just
Fair.
two friends watching TV. I don't know, eating ice cream.
That's
yeah,
true.
totally true. No one needs to call anyone
Yeah.
to get
No
someone
titles
involved.
involved. We don't have to label this thing at all.
No.
It can be whatever we want it to
Yeah,
be.
no
yeah.
record.
Yeah, I like that.
Amazing.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad that,
I'm glad you're safe.
you're okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. What are you most afraid of?
Ooh, most afraid of. So actually, I'd say, in terms of like a literal fear, I would say that I am probably most afraid of the Sydney funweb spider. It's a giant spider from Australia. It's the males are quite potent in their venom. They run around during summer months, and kids see them all the time. And granted, no one dies from the bite anymore, but for a while there, they had these fangs were like a couple of centimeters long. They have to rip their whole body and bite down. Yeah, it's pretty metal, but it's
My God.
yeah. So no, that's one thing that people tend to be at least in terms of a more literal fear, something that's probably much more evolutionary. I mean,
Yeah.
even just I'm 36 years old, and I will still have the occasional dream of one of those bad boys somehow being on some kind of ship from Australia and just ending up in Arkansas somewhere.
Gets on someone's Sheen package.
Yeah.
Or something.
100%.
It breaks free of the paper bag,
and for some
finds you.
and just for some reason, it ends up very far away from the airport at where I live, and just to start knocking on the door. And because the things are so big, they have to
Right.
lift up their whole body.
Hey, get in here. I want to talk to you about biting you or something.
Yeah.
And then you're a nice guy.
Right.
You
You're
open the
like,
door.
Well, I mean, if someone's knocking,
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the door.
I always do. It's kind of a problem. It's why my mom it's why my mom worries about me sometimes. She says I don't think enough like a criminal, so I'm easily exploited.
This family of yours,
Your family rocks.
I really like your family. Your grandma's like, you're trying to get laid. Your mom's like, why aren't you more like a criminal? Why don't you think more like a criminal?
Yeah.
Get on board.
Oh, yeah, it's a problem. But I guess also too on a more existential level in terms of my fears.
Yeah.
I am often a little vulnerability here. I'm oftentimes afraid of being seen as off-putting or creating a scenario where I would warrant being a pariah. I live with this constant what we call a meta perception of just being weird, off-putting, creepy, and it's just something that if as you guys have interacted with me, you may notice like just the absolute wall I may put up sometimes just to make sure that I'm as respectful of boundaries as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
self-aware.
That is good. Yeah.
Which
I
is-
think the people who are worried about it are like, that's good. You're considering others and you're considering yourself in
Yeah.
other spaces. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real fear.
Yeah, I mean things like I'm on the autism spectrum too, just a little bit, and just mind reading's hard for me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's what I think everyone can kind of relate to that a little bit, like the social anxiety aspect,
Oh,
or being afraid that you said the wrong thing or
Yeah.
made someone feel something, or
Yeah.
totally.
Absolutely. So spiders and
People.
inconveniencing people. Yeah. Yeah. Spiders that unhinge their body to attack you.
That is crazy.
And-
Like,
yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah. I get
Have you
it.
seen one of those spiders in real life?
Never in real life. National Geographic, they like to get up close. Typically speaking, I'll only see them on TV, but just my normal context in which I see them is what they do with the males is because the male's venom is much more potent. They will do a venom milking process. So what they do is they take a little suction-y pipette and piss off the spider essentially in there. They're just poking at it just to get it to rear its fangs. All right, back off there. So he's just rearing up his fangs. Oh, I'm going to bite you there. And then he goes to bite down a little bit. And then the pipette just sucks out little drops of venom. And they do this for like hours a day. It's an arduous process. Male spiders don't really live that long anyway. This is probably slicing their life in half anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, they deserve it.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's what should be happening. Milk them and get them out of here. So I say about
Phrasing.
males of all kinds. No,
Especially down under.
present company excluded.
Yeah,
We're happy
you
that
don't
you're
count
here.
for that. Yeah. Okay. Mitch, are you willing?
Willing? I guess I'm going to put my foot in the door here, which means I'll have to keep acquiescing. But yes, I am willing.
Okay.
We love that.
Great. That's a good answer. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to get into a fight?
So that's actually an interesting question. I would say it's probably about a 5. I'm a nice person. I try to de-escalate as much as possible, but also too, I'm a slut for competition. So any any chance I get to do the feats of strength, I will do them. One of my more common questions around other colleagues with small gametes is, "Do you want to wrestle?" And it happens more often than you think it does, and I'm quite proud of this. I have actually won a real fight before doing the sharpshooter.
Hell yeah. What's the sharpshooter?
It's a leg lock. It's first popularized by Riki Choshu in Japan in the 80s. But basically, you step over someone while they're laying on their back. You wrap their legs around you. You turn them over, then you twist backward and just you torque them.
Whoa.
That's intense.
That's intense.
I'm glad I didn't ask for you to demonstrate that on me. I almost was like, show me, do it to me. Let's see.
Well,
I think it's good that you didn't do that. Yeah.
See, I care about boundaries.
Yeah,
Right,
you do.
right.
There's no need to
That's
get
good.
Title IX
No,
involved.
we don't have to. We don't have to. Not on this podcast.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's great. So you're wrestling your colleagues a lot, is what I'm hearing.
I mean, not so much anymore. I mean, I have a job to do, but just in years past, it would happen. Actually, my most recent time actually have a wrestling match with a colleague. It was last year at a conference, HBES in Atlantic City. It wasn't just a wrestling match. It was a sumo wrestling contest with Marco Del Giudice. Yes, Marco. Yes, I still remember that.
Shout out, Marco.
Shout out, Marco.
Yep, he's in Italy now, and world's leading expert in life history theory and development and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely brilliant man. But then just basically I reared up somewhat for sumo. He took that as a bit of a challenge himself. Okay, and then we just start going at it.
Yeah.
In a hotel room? Where were you guys?
This is a beachside bar that was way out in the middle of nowhere. The conference was already over, so I think it was like 1 a.m, and I was basically I'm normally the guy who makes sure all the students who maybe have tried beer for the first time make sure that they're all safe, and I ended up down there with everyone, and basically the conversation turned to sumo, and then I just relayed a degree of bardic knowledge about certain things, and then I assumed the position. And,
Excellent.
Yep, and then Marco just does it too. Akiyoi then just start throwing each other.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Great.
And you whooped his ass.
Yes, I did. See.
See.
This is why we need tenure.
This is
So
why.
that people can do more wrestling.
Honestly, you should need to be protected.
Exactly. I like this. Yeah. And also, I just have to say, slut for competition is a shirt that I would love to wear.
I think that needs
you
to
need
be.
to make merch.
Yes.
That is slut for competition.
Slut for competition. Wrestle me.
Wrestle me. Ask me about my sluttiness.
Ask.
In parentheses, it's for competition.
Yeah, it's for competition.
I mean, this selection favor competitiveness in men. We all desire that degree of competition because historically, I mean, that's how we would curry favor with the prospective mate. So this is in my DNA. It's in my genes, or my jean shorts, I guess.
I like that. I like it. It's in both.
It's in both. And we
like
like
that.
that it's in both.
Yeah, that's good.
Amazing.
That's great.
Okay.
Oh,
is that my question,
yes.
I guess? Can you promise not to fall in love?
Oh dear. I wish. That is a Waterloo of mine, and I mean, again, evolutionary history. Men fall in love first. Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's up. Yeah, for the most part here, just there's just a new special issue of behavior and brain sciences. Just talking about how important relationships are to men and women in different ways, and a lot of times actually just men will frequently fall in love first. They are typically the first to have that romantic disclosure, and it's casual things. I guess they're kind of hard for me in some respects. As much as I'd like to be able to do it, I recognize the emotional maturity behind it, but also too, I guess my limbic system can betray me sometimes.
It can betray us all.
It can. Is there like information on why men fall in love?
Yeah,
first?
I'd like to. Yeah, can you expand a little bit more on that?
Oh yeah, sure. So, combination of that too is well, I'm going to peel the onion back just a little bit here. So, we can start out originally with parental investment theory. So the idea here is that among sexually reproducing species, the sex that invests more in the offspring is going to be much choosier. So in most species, the female is going to be choosier. Some species is the other way around. You guys have heard me talk about the Mormon cricket before, so that's one where it is the other way around. The proverbial cricket bitch is throwing the sperm balls. But for most reproducing species, it is the female because, well, I mean, think about it like this though: the female much more scarce reproductive resources,
Yes.
fewer eggs in a more truncated time frame, whereas men can reproduce their whole life, which is actually why John Tyler has a great grandson nowadays still alive because he waited till a long time, then his kid did the same thing. 10th president for those at home.
And for those on this couch.
And for those of us at this home.
Yes, so the more finite reproductive resources, metabolically, pregnancy and lactation, very, very costly to the body. Just
And
like
dangerous.
dangerous,
Yeah,
absolutely.
dangerous.
Well, actually, the danger that's more of a modern thing because we make a mismatch in maternity wards with how we evolved to reproduce. So we let gravity take its course historically, whereas now we're laying in beds, and most births originally were like in the middle of the night. We do them in the middle of the day where we schedule them around tea time. So so basically, what's for lack of a better phrase, treating women like cattle, which is awful.
You heard it from the scientist.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn right.
It's true.
So it's costlier, just fewer resources. I mean, gestation. Whereas men's refractory period until the next sexual encounter with another mate is much sooner. So selection would favor women who are more judicious, women who are going to say, I need to make sure that I am not going to end up with someone who's a total crumb bum, total loser, someone who may exploit me or my children, someone who's not going to leave in the middle of things, may not who won't defect. So typically, a lot of women demonstrate a lot of what's known as romantic skepticism. So the idea here is, are they really sure that this guy is not going to do anything wrong? Is this guy actually worth his weight in salt? So there's a lot of concern about that. Essentially, it's a way for them to make sure they don't accidentally reproduce with someone who knows the entire history of the WWE Championship, which, by the way, starts with Buddy Rogers, then to Bruno Sammartino, then to Ivan Koloff. You get the point. You guys are horrified right now.
I love this so much.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah. So just so women just get more skeptical, and they require a higher bar of evidence for them to say that someone is a good mate, or the theme of the podcast. Are you flirting with me? So are women actually able to pick up on these cues? And there's some evidence that it's a little mixed now, but there's some evidence to suggest that women may need a note from their respective deity to recognize whether a man's interested in him, whereas men need a much lower criterion because a single costly reproductive mistake would be far more costly for the woman given her reproductive asymmetries. So this likely led to greater skepticism, and because just in general, women's social structures oftentimes they lend themselves well to same-sex friendships. There's just a lot of connections. And just historically with a lot of men, there's a lot of hierarchical stuff. I mean, men can obviously have friendships too, but in many ways, one of the most important bonds for a man may not necessarily be a platonic friendship. It may actually just be a romantic partner. And men who are able to invest, men who agree in a certain degree of simping, actually may have a bit of a selection advantage. I mean, obviously, it goes too far sometimes. There is that pathological level, like with any trait. Just some research suggests that a certain degree of psychotic level traits may actually be beneficial. Obviously, it turns into schizophrenia at a certain point.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So when I say psychotic,
Yeah.
I primarily mean someone who's a bit more aloof, someone
Right.
someone who's a bit creative. So that's why a lot of musicians are really, really sexy, but also if you hear more stories about them long term, it's an absolute nightmare. So just as an example, I oftentimes think of Prince, who was absolutely brilliant. He was a very attractive person, but a lot of stories is he was rather eccentric, and basically just some traits they have some kind of benefit at a low level, and maybe psychotic-like traits could be part of that. This doesn't necessarily mean saying like serial killers, anything like that. Psychotic just basically means someone who is just not necessarily in tune with reality as strong as others could potentially be. So
Yeah.
but just this idea here of men being able to pursue to some degree, obviously not to the point of pathological, not respecting boundaries, stalking. Obviously that's bad, but also there's a certain degree of just commitment or needing to do certain kinds of displays for affection that likely advantage men in an ancestral past. And sometimes in a modern world, there could be a bit of a disconnect, whereas women are rightfully skeptical to make sure they can keep themselves safe. But whereas for men, oftentimes they're trying to navigate a system where where people are rightfully erring on the side of caution to keep themselves safe, but also too, they're probably good guys, or a lot of them are good guys too. So like, where do they mesh together? And then that's where we get into a lot of issues like cross-sex mind reading.
Well, I was gonna ask another question. This is such a interesting subject. So, what are some of the things that you found in research that men are doing to sort of set up those guardrails that you discussed?
So men setting up guardrails?
Yeah, or yeah.
Oh,
For to say that I'm not psychotic or dangerous, but still interested. What's some of the research telling us?
Well, that's still very much in its infancy with a lot of things. So there have been some researchers who've been developing I'm going to be doing a version of this too this fall. Cheap plug. I'm going to try to develop a scale to assess the extent to which men try to avoid being creepy. So they're actually it's basically try to find behaviors that men do. Just that way they say play it cool, don't make it weird. Try to turn that into a scale actually.
So you're going to be doing research on this.
Fingers crossed if I can get an honor student to latch on this too. Actually, other things that men oftentimes do. Well, this is something that both sexes do, but just some things that men could potentially do to demonstrate a degree of trustworthiness. So, giving a genuine smile. So basically, is the smile is this like a post smile? Ha ha ha! I'm just feigning all interest right now. You guys have probably made that one too.
Right.
Yep, it's a defense mechanism. But also too, if there's the difference between that versus a real smile. So normally, it has to be a voluntary response. So typically the difference between this smile where you're crinkling your eyes versus one where you're not. Oftentimes people can be sensitive to that. Say someone is possibly trustworthy or untrustworthy.
Interesting.
Right. If they're displaying like a genuine emotion.
Yep. The so-called Duchenne smile, as they would say. And then also just the idea here is there's some research suggesting one of my colleagues actually published this a while back, but essentially when men are using dating profiles, a more surefire way to communicate warmth, trustworthiness, positive traits, basically how you tilt your head actually, how you angle the camera.
Really?
So oftentimes so previous research suggests that when women are doing dating profiles, doing their selfies, there's a lot of pointing the angle downward at themselves. That way they can be looking upward. They look smaller, they look more submissive. Whereas for men, basically, if a man were to point the camera down, we're looking straight up. Like is this Andre the Giant in the '80s with the risers? Do you want to look dangerous to the mate? I give you peanuts. So that men are mindful of that. Also, there's like how do they tilt their head not to look formidable? Do they try not to tilt their head down because this makes your facial with the height ratio look larger and in turn makes you look more threatening. Oftentimes, for a business profile, you try to make yourself look a bit more formidable. So oftentimes, you guys may have never seen one of my professional photos, but there's a lot of me demonstrating physical prowess, just trying to show off my neck muscles that I try not to do on dating apps. Straightforward probably works the best, guys, and it does not kill you to smile.
There you go. Yeah.
Show us some teeth.
Yeah.
Grin a little.
Let us know you have teeth.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Step one.
And that you can show them.
Yeah.
But in a fun way, not in a bared teeth.
Not in
aggressive
a spider gonna bite you
spider
fang kind of way. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want a Spider-Man.
No.
We're not after that.
No.
Although you seeing some of my I have another colleague who does research on fan fiction. Some of them do like the whole Spider-Man thing. They enjoy that. Apparently, Upside Down Kissing from 2002. That was there are a lot of hits on fanfiction websites for that. It is uncomfortable sometimes.
Well, and that outfits.
Well, I want a man who has a head rush. I want all the blood in his head. If he's gonna be kissing me, I want him to feel like he might pass out. That's what I want.
I will introduce you to some wrestlers because there's a lot of headstanding.
Great. A man who can headstand. That's what I'm after.
Hey,
yeah,
that's what we're working on.
That's what we're all working on. Yeah.
Amazing.
That's great. Yeah, that's helpful. So men, take note of that.
Yes.
Don't try to look terrifying on your dating profile.
Yeah, and smile like you mean it, not like you want to bite someone.
Right.
And you don't have to be worried about it.
Right. That's for later. That's like date 4. Bite someone.
Nudge, nudge.
Exactly.
Okay, so this is great. Now we are moving into the flirting questions of our podcast.
Hooray.
So those were the rapid fire. You did great.
Yeah,
You're doing great. Keep at it.
Yeah.
So we've got like 11 questions here. Right. So, all right, I'll let you start.
Yeah, great. Okay, so Mitch, what have you been flirting with in your life lately?
flirting with in my life. One thing with which I'm flirting quite a bit is trying to get my research onto other levels. So I'm trying to flirt with the big ideas because, again, I have greater job security. I can answer these big questions. I've been flirting with the idea of asking ostensibly dangerous questions, things that are likely going to cause a proverbial poo storm on Twitter. I'm not calling it Twitter. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree.
No X.
I agree.
It's an asinine name.
It is.
But it's just I'm trying to push those boundaries on that. So I'm trying to make my research potentially more impactful. I'm trying to flirt with possibly getting into bigger journals, and just in a sense, it's almost like it's a bit of a it's almost like an effort to make me slow down, because prior to this, I was publishing at an insane speed. Actually, I was getting published like 10 papers a year, and I physically can't do that anymore.
That's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it is a bit easier because it's quantitative, and a lot of stuff is it's just easier to do these things. I don't know how you guys do qualitative stuff. I'm impressed.
Qualitative is
It's a lot.
the love of my life, but it is a lot.
It's my favorite.
It's my
but
favorite.
it is a lot.
And very time consuming. You have to transcribe
Yeah.
every single word.
Oh yeah.
I'm worried about AI systems and qualitative research.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think most scientists would have a sound mind to not use that, but
Well, so there are times when it's okay to use AI and times when not to for this stuff. I mean, there are certain AI things, AI, at least in terms of like psycholinguistics. So
yeah.
there are times when it's good in terms of specifically counting things to reduce error.
Yeah.
But to eliminate actual theory building from you as a person, that's problematic. But using software as in a disciplined capacity, that's 100% what you're supposed to do, as provided, of course, you actually have the mental understanding of what's happening here. Ben, I see worries about that in the future. People just starting to make a bunch of AI slop as part of their research. I don't think we've gotten to that frontier yet. I've seen papers published that is completely AI, where they even leave the GPT prompt in there too. Okay, here's a paper about this kind of polyvinyl, and it got published.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Elsevier, your days are numbered with that.
He's going to sumo fight you.
We coming.
You will.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
And
yeah,
we will support it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. But yeah, just I'm trying to flirt with those kinds of bigger things. Other things with which I'm trying to flirt. Continuing to put my best foot forward and just try to be the kind of mensch that I would like to be. So I recently lost my father, and in those situations, it's just I'm trying to I'm flirting with the idea of how can I live up to his just amazing presence, and just to be able to be the kind of guy that I know he was. That way I can continue to do his legacy of competence and good character.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Love that, Mitch.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Awesome. Very good. Okay, so if you could ghost something right now, what would it be?
Ghost something right now. I would say, well, Reviewer 2 is the person I want to ghost right now. So essentially, there's always that one reviewer who is going to be absolutely obstinate and terrible in every way possible. I'm dealing with a few of those guys right now, where basically everything is wrong. My personal favorite phrase is, I just got a review back on a paper where essentially the reviewer said, "This work undermines everything that we know about evolutionary psychology."
Damn.
Yeah. No,
That's high praise, I think.
yeah. Well, I don't know if this necessarily counts as ad hominem, but I've basically decided to write a whole just page basically saying, no, I just value different things in the trade-off of certain research designs, and I want to ignore these comments because I find them perfunctory. I find them just like pedantic, insipid platitudes, somewhere in between. But I just want this person to go away. So there's a lot of that. I'm looking to ghost Reviewer 2 in every way I can.
I say ad hominem is ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Ad hominem, subtract him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ad
Yep.
hominem
Yep.
to
Yep.
somewhere else.
To a
And-
list.
And
Yeah.
and in turn, then people will acknowledge that I am hominous.
Exactly.
That's a Latin joke for the people at home.
Gotta get those Latin jokes in.
Yep.
The people, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. That's great.
Amazing.
Yeah, okay. Mitch, how do you flirt with others?
Flirting with others. That's actually a good question. Varying degrees of success. Oftentimes,
Yeah. Don't we all? Don't we all
Don't
have
we all?
varying degrees of success?
That's amazing.
That's true.
Yep. Oftentimes, things turn into I'm trying to demonstrate my benevolence as many ways as I possibly can. Then I get in my own head. Then I worry, like, oh shit, am I making it weird? No, you're probably not. But then, in some instances, there is oftentimes what people have called the posture. Basically, a stance I take where it looks as though I am receptive and interested. Apparently, it's a thing where I almost like I'm sucking it in, rolling my shoulders forward, and just being very attentive. Yes, so things along those lines. It's unconscious. Apparently, it's really funny when it happens. I have no idea that I'm doing this.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you intentionally do that or if you think it just happens.
Just a nonverbal.
Very much nonverbal, unconscious.
Yeah.
So not well. Obviously, I have my more unconscious responses. I'll have my. In many ways, I do my posture as I mentioned, where I roll my shoulders forward, suck it in, and just basically appearing open, so physically receptive, but also as a way to demonstrate that I have good genes. Essentially, that's been largely the biggest chunk of my research, and I say this in a bit of an absurd way. Essentially, I recognize that just trying to signal good genes is just kind of a silly thing, but basically just try to put myself in that posture.
Yeah.
And other things and apparently other unconscious things I'll do too. Apparently I have I will oftentimes assume a position that where if there's a doorway, just putting my arm up there and just hovering over a little bit. It's
Yeah.
just.
That's a smooth move.
Yeah,
I like
It's a
that.
pretty good move.
Yeah. I'm not even trying on that one. It's seriously.
Just comes natural to you.
Yeah,
huh, Mitch?
It goes to the research showing that if women are aware of men trying hard on being confident, they tend to view the guy as less attractive. You can coach confidence actually, as long as people don't know that they were actually coached on it. It's all hunky dory.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. But other ways, and I'll try to flirt too. So sometimes many things are in the service again. Jokingly say talking about my heritable fitness. So
Yeah.
sometimes there's the occasional flex of a neck muscle. Sometimes I have to give some kind of some way that's putatively diagnostic of my ability to connote how attractive I am, and I can actually mathematically show you guys what this looks like.
Excellent.
Please do. Excellent.
Oh my God.
Everyone at
Yes.
home, remember this is satire of the naturalistic fallacy.
I just have to make sure that I'm getting this.
That's on.
Yes.
Yes, please.
All right, so the idea here is if I'm going to do some kind of costume display, which as a man I am hardwired to do a lot of that. So whether that be sometimes throwing myself right into a wall and being able to live, make it look like I'm getting hurt. So trying to do something like that. Trying to use stand up as my way of just doing a costume signal, and then basically showing that because I'm able to survive that, i.e., I look tough, I must therefore be seen as breedable. It's a mathematical principle right here. The math checks out. This is a mediation pathway for my qual people.
Qual people.
Yeah, but also for the world of quant, again, the math does check out. And basically, this does lead to one of my better pickup lines of. Hey girl, I don't think you include 0 in there. That must mean you're significant.
That's game.
That's mad game.
That's
we're spitting game.
math
right now.
game right there.
Damn right. And that,
Mad math game.
Math game.
And then I have to stop myself before I go to the one that actually does become inappropriate, where I say that my Cohen's D is 2.3.
That's too much for me. I'm a qualitative gal.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Us qualies don't get. Can't be exposed to that.
So actually, the fact that you guys are not offended by the sexual connotations with that, and you're more offended by the number stuff, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm more upset about the numbers.
Yeah.
Don't make me do math to get hit on.
No, I can't do that. It's not going to work out.
Now you just made me angry. Like I don't know how to process this emotion anymore.
But then don't worry, I can do the excitation to transfer back to being intrigued again. But then, I'll do things like that. Sometimes I actually do other kinds of costume displays. So I did bring another way I can do the display here.
Yeah.
So this is a neck weight. The primary job here is to strengthen my neck overall, try to increase the girth of my sternocleidomastoid.
The neck muscles are really important in breeding.
They are.
Yeah. Well, basically, if a woman looks at me, she sees me and says, hey, if this guy gets punched in the face, he's not going to develop brain damage.
Wow.
He can protect himself and therefore protect me and my children.
Exactly.
Yes.
Proverbs 1972.
That's a citation for you.
He can take a hit.
Yep.
And I need my men to be able to
I
take a hit.
need that because, oh,
Because I'm gonna,
I might be doing
I might be throwing around some hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. So, yep, yeah. So, basically, just move your head up and down. You could do this in public. I've done it one time in public.
Where at in public?
Nomad's Trailside every Tuesday night.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
cheap plug. But yeah, just demonstrating this. Other times, I just try to get that little bit of pump there, and it's
Yeah.
yeah, but
Right.
yeah. So this is just the absurdity of it all. And then other ways that I flirt too. So like a lot of men, there is humor.
Sure.
I feel
Yeah.
as though actually this is kind of this is germane to you guys. Basically, humor was likely a sexually selected trait.
Was it?
Yeah.
Say more.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. So, in many instances with humor and sexual selection, the idea here is that if an individual is able to recognize, what humor is, and just oftentimes the textbook definition is the juxtaposition of incongruity. So if they're able to engage that in some capacity, whether it be manipulating things to make it look that way or finding humor in this incongruity, that is ostensibly indicating, a degree of, mental finesse, maybe a degree of social competence, an ability to navigate social environments. I just got a paper published on this. That was a couple years ago, but basically, a successful humor display, which again is like funny people get more mates, funny people have more sex. They just they report more lifetime sexual partners. These tend to be fairly desirable traits, and the biggest difference is the joke actually has to be funny. So a lot of
That's the kicker.
That's where we're running into some stuff.
Yeah. For years, there was always comparing a joke versus a control statement in terms of attractiveness. So, of course, the joke is going to be seen as more attractive. But if you actually use jokes that were actually pre-tested and designed to fail, they're actually seen as substantially less attractive. And we view a person using an unfunny joke actually as less attractive, yet still similarly friendly. So it's basically this is showing mental finesse and not just friendliness. But yeah, it's and the thing is about this is we all want a funny partner. We all want a partner with a good sense of humor. So for men want funny women. Oftentimes people like to mischaracterize science by saying that people are saying that women aren't funny or that women can't be as funny as men. That's complete baloney. I'm sitting in the room right now with two incredibly funny women.
Thank you.
I'm fairly certain one of the funniest stand-up comic in NWA probably is a woman. But it's right, yeah, right. But at the same time, though, it's just so even though men like a funny woman, oftentimes the research shows that this is a trait that men think would be nice. It's in a sense it could be seen as a bit of a luxury, whereas for women really want a funny guy. So basically, the idea here is like for men, a sense of humor is a luxury. For women, it's a necessity.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that checks out.
Yeah.
So then that just turns into basically men trying to outfunny each other for centuries, and that turns into runaway selection pressures, and sometimes ending up in a situation where really horrible displays of humor occur, and we see disastrous results on stage pretty much almost like every week of our lives.
Well, slutty competition.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh no,
So,
absolute
right.
sluts on stage. Yes.
Right.
Present company included myself.
Hey, present company included.
All of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Who among us?
Who among us?
So just a bunch of sluts sitting on a couch.
Should we change the name of this podcast?
I think we should.
Sluts on the couch.
Sluts on the couch.
I like that.
Wrestle me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do my feats of strength, and
Yeah.
then just another way that I do for this is like now.
Feet pics of strength.
Oh God. It's not over till we snap this, George.
Oh my God, were you around my last sexual experience? That's how I open all of my sexcapades. It's not over till I snap.
Yeah,
this.
it's not going to be over till I start snapping that. It's yanking.
That's how I know you finished.
Yeah.
It snapped.
It's when it's
Fantastic.
snap, crackle, pop.
Oh boy, yeah.
That's us right here.
Yeah,
Snap, crackle, pop that pussy.
Yeah.
There's one other way that I do flirt myself, where just like this is a way that I tell my students not to flirt, but sometimes I can't help myself. Basically, the idea is pointing out somebody's good gene cues when they're around. And again, I don't do this normally. This is not something that I actively do, but occasionally, in a satirical sense, I will actually tell someone like, well, you got these good gene cues, so congratulations. Then I make them very self-conscious. I'm paying them a compliment. I'm actually generally trying to pay them a compliment, but also they're going to be looking at things on themselves physically for years to come. So
I will say you've said that to me before, that I have like a friendly face and like
Oh, that's nice.
features, and which is such a compliment. And then I stared at myself and was like, "What's wrong with me?"
So the one
What's wrong with me?
so the one
Why do I look so friendly?
the one that does the most damage with that too. This is some results I got years ago. It's called the limbo ring. It's a little ring that circles your iris. I don't have it myself. That's why I have to be funny. You guys have it though, so that's some good health
That's
cues.
nice.
And what is it? It's around your.
It's around your iris. So
Okay.
so it's where your iris meets your sclera. Essentially, what it does is it's so it doesn't actually have a specific function. It's merely just an interaction between the cells. And what it does is it'll make the whites of your eyes look whiter, and in turn it makes you look like you have better chronic health actually. And
Oh,
That's amazing.
so
That's nice.
yeah, and people with this ring around their eyes, they're rated as more attractive. We don't really notice it. People don't notice the limbo rings at all. My work shows that we look healthier when we have a limbo ring around our eyes. Women actually, it's a consequential thing for women evaluating men, especially for a one-night stand.
oh,
Wow. Good gene cues up. And
Nuva ring and Limble ring.
Yep. It's
If you liked it, you would have had a ring on it.
Some ring. There's some ring.
So actually, this ties into the name of the paper. My first paper on this topic was called "Put a Limbo Ring on It." Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
so
good.
again, you guys see why I have to be funny. So it's but so I would mention this in my class every year with my students for social psychology, and without fail, they come back to me the next day and say, you know what? I looked at myself in the mirror, and I can't unsee this now, and I looked at my boyfriend. He doesn't have it. What do I do?
Break up with them.
Yeah. Seriously, your children will not survive into adulthood. Their cardiovascular health is going to plummet. No,
You gotta break up.
so many phospholipids in the bloodstream. Yeah, but just and the thing is, I say this all in jest because I know that this is literally not how you try to attract mates. It's horrifying. Remember, kids, the naturalistic fallacy sucks. We're not talking about eugenics right now.
Right.
That's lame. But sometimes I actually will pay compliments, and one time I accidentally flirted with someone where that was the compliment. Yeah, so basically, I comment on somebody having a feminine jawline, which is, for women, that's putatively diagnostic of appropriate levels of estrogen, and it's an attractive feature. And it turns out, it's like, sure, she's a beautiful woman herself, but also too, and I didn't mean it to come across that way, but apparently that was very endearing and enamoring, and this person basically was into that. So it was remarkable, really. The thing is, I wasn't even trying, and the satirical part of my joke actually ended up being the most attractive thing. So there's layers of irony on this one, actually.
I love that.
Well, the best part about that too is I ended up getting to know just a fantastic human being, and I'm just very grateful for the fact that. That my misinterpretation of someone's misinterpretation of satire just basically turned into knowing an awesome human being, and here I am getting all sentimental and stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's
And it worked out.
Yeah.
Like it worked.
That's like the best way a misinterpretation of a joke could go.
100%.
Like truly.
It's usually the other way.
Oh,
You're like, what the fuck did you say about me?
yeah.
Normally people are just horrified when I talk about good gene cues because they're projecting just like this idea that everyone in this field is just like some weird Joseph Goebbels, and that's not what we're doing. And
right.
And just I don't know, I blame postmodernism sometimes. It's a
Sure.
We all
Don't
need
we
to.
all?
Yeah.
We have to complain of Foucault sometimes. We just got to take the ball gag out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just get it out.
Get it out.
snap it.
Snap it out.
Snap it out.
Snap out of it. Snap it out of it.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question is, how do you know if others are flirting with you?
All right, so men have a disadvantage because men think that everyone's flirting with them. Actually, it's
Say it one more time, Mitch.
Say it. Say it.
one more time. A little closer to the mic.
men oftentimes think that everyone's flirting with them, whereas women will view no one is flirting with them based on that judiciousness. Yeah, so men think everything's a signal, women think nothing's a signal.
Yes.
Yep. In terms of
Exactly.
yeah, right. So how do I know when others are flirting with me? Oftentimes I try to think about it from the standpoint of, well, do they have an open posture toward me?
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
has been brought up several times on this podcast.
Yes.
Thinking specifically Cody Troutman.
Yes.
Pelvic placement.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Forward, towards versus away.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, there is that degree of pelvic placement. There's just a relatively open stance. Hair touching is one thing that happens frequently. Behavioral mimicry. Oftentimes, when somebody likes another person, they will unconsciously start to mimic their behavior.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that replicates pretty well. I'll have to check the literature on that one. But yeah, just there are ways people you can tell when somebody's flirting with you. Now, sometimes I do have the Pokemon ability of oblivious, and I end up in a spot where sometimes I'll miss these very, very clear signs. Years past, I've missed very, very clear signals of interest, and just it just ends up in a weird position where I just I don't know what to do sometimes, and So sometimes I'll miss those clear moments of interest, and but yeah, just I tend to underperceive sexual receptivity. I don't know what that says about me, or maybe some kind of individual difference. A lot of ways I have a hard time noticing flirting behavior, so I just sometimes I may accidentally make things incredibly awkward, and I yeah, just I don't know if this would be too much to say, but just end up accidentally not realizing why someone would want to come hear me orate sometimes. And apparently I don't think I'm that good of an orator, but some people view my my vocalizations charming and fun, so that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're killing it right now.
Yeah.
So this is
Fantastic.
great. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Auditory approval.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some scientific research to back it up for you guys, men specifically,
Yeah.
that no one's flirting with you. No, I'm just kidding. But someone might be. And
So it might be.
if they're facing you or touching you or acting like you.
Yeah. They're facing you, touching you, acting like you. That's how you know.
Check in with your senses
Yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Get in your body.
Yep, always do that. Sometimes I accidentally be in a position. I'll be in a position where I like to do the reassuring shoulder pat, as many people have done, and sometimes people may accidentally think that that's flirting to some degree. So, and the thing is, sometimes it actually is. I don't know sometimes, and that's one of those things where there's a mixed signal, and I just can't figure out how to navigate that one appropriately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you're right. I might be touching you, but that doesn't mean
Right.
I'm flirting with you.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you are.
And sometimes I am.
Sometimes you're not.
And listen, figure it out. It's not up to me.
That's up to you to interpret.
Fucking arms race.
As long as you don't get Title IX
Figure
involved.
it out. Yeah. No Title IX.
Yeah. That's why we have rules on the books.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
This is excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ask that or did
I did.
Okay. Okay, so can you think of any flirting fails that you've had where you flirted with someone and it didn't go well? Oh, sorry.
Sure. Try to flirt with someone and it didn't go well. Let's see here. Oh God, what did it? Well, actually, there was it was less about like an overt display of flirting. So this was like back in grad school. I was at some kind of party where I came home and my crush at the time. I was trying to talk to her. She said, "Oh, well, what are you studying in grad school?" And I basically started talking about research on the ovulatory cycle and how basically women's sexual behavior will change based on the cycle for functional reasons. Believe it or not, the research actually is incredibly feminist. If you look at it, it's about a women's autonomy essentially.
I'm sure it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
But also too, apparently you're not supposed to talk about that at a bar, where it turns into, well, you see, sometimes you have to count backwards from 14 to figure out when their optimum cycle is, from when they say that they estimate their period is every month, and
It's because you involve math again.
Exactly.
The girlies can't do it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's not about the reproductive organs. It's about the math that you're going to introduce.
But also too, I want to make sure that everyone is fully involved in the conversation. You guys are always full citizens. Yep. I'm just explaining this. Apparently, I'm getting all cross-eyed. And it's just, Mitch, I was trying to be nice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, things like this wasn't me necessarily trying to flirt per se. This is just me getting really excited about things. And,
Yeah.
well, sometimes flirting for me is just me explaining something I really, really enjoy to someone, and it turns into that. So yeah, that was very much an awkward flirting moment. Well, then, then
Who among us?
Right.
Hasn't
talked
brought
about-
research. I did that in college. I brought in, interpersonal communication theory.
Yes.
To talk about how I was maybe or maybe not hitting on a man. And that kind of worked out too.
It did.
It kind of worked out too. But sometimes you bring in too much theory. And then it's like, what? Why? What are we doing? We're in the weeds now.
Well, that's the thing, though. With in our case, we're all measuring smoke as behavioral scientists, and there's just a lot of overlap with our variables and other things, and it's just like they get crossed, and sometimes the theory does get less parsimonious, and it's harder to harness it appropriately.
Yeah.
So true.
And subjectivity to what someone enjoys and what doesn't enjoy.
Right.
Yeah. Like qualitative research or quantitative research, apparently.
And I want to be very, very clear. Qual and quant, no matter what, they're both very, very important. If you prefer one over the other, sure, that's cool, but don't. It's never cool to denigrate any way of doing research.
Agreed.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
This is a just set preference, but both are good.
Yeah. All research is
All
welcome.
research is research.
As long as you're reporting things honestly,
And you're going through RBI. You're
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. There's a trade-off with everything. There's never anything perfect. As Werner Herzog probably said at one point, life's a series of painful trade-offs.
Yes, exactly. Okay, great. So, Mitch, if you could flirt with anyone, dead or alive, who would that be?
Dead or alive? Dolly Madison.
Dolly
Okay,
Madison.
Great.
Yeah. Just the woman had courage. She saved the portrait of George Washington in the fire on the White House during the War of 1812. Just that kind of boldness. I bet she is someone who would be, quite nimble and spry, and things like James Madison was kind of a small dude anyway. So I suspect that she ended up being an ad hoc muscle mommy in those days.
You think you
muscle
could wrestle
mommy?
her?
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I mean, I could wrestle her, but also, I'd like to teach her some self-defense skills, because I want to make sure she's ready for the redcoats next time. But yes, probably Dolly Madison. I think there may be some degree of chemistry there. She would really test my constitution.
Hey,
Yay.
you ain't kidding.
That's what we want.
Maybe we should get you to sign it. Founding father, Mitch the Scientist.
Sign these.
Yeah.
But it's the Constitution.
Yeah.
That's what she calls her pussy.
I call these the people.
The people.
The people.
They form a more perfect union.
That's
Life, liberty, and pursuit of getting off.
hell yeah. Pursue this.
For real.
We can make some amendments later.
That's right.
I love it.
That's right. That's great.
What a declaration.
Yes, Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Muscle mommy.
Muscle mommy. Dolly Madison, muscle mommy.
I like that.
Love that.
Yeah,
I love
good.
that.
That's good.
All right, Mitch. What is the worst flirting experience you've witnessed? Or can you tell us about an argument that you have overheard? Do you know what I'm...
Yeah.
Okay.
So like a really bad date almost?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I say the worst thing I'd seen or overheard.
Or experience.
Or experience. So most of my experiences end up just kind of like you're trying, dude. Good job. So it's I mean, I guess that's its own brand of worse. I mean, it makes your anterior cingulate cortex throb. But it's
Does it ever?
It's not always what we're trying to make throb.
Trying to make some cortex.
Some vortex, cortex, something.
The cortex goes into the vortex.
If you're doing it right.
Whoa. I'd say the worst thing I've ever overheard or seen. So that almost gave me some secondhand embarrassment.
Ooh.
So actually, there's one time I was at a conference years ago, SPSP in Austin. I was at a table of researchers. It was a conference over. This is my first ever conference. I'm already absolutely terrified. I'm sitting next to my master's advisor's postdoc advisor. I almost tackled him that day, actually.
Oh.
So I'm running from one conference hall to the other, and I'm running down. And I do a 6-spin move to get out of his way. It was sweet. I like a +4 dexterity check. So I'm spinning past him. I look down and see his name tag. Oh dear, I cite this guy all the time. And then I have dinner with him that night. Dan McAdams is his name. He's a great scientist. He actually merges qual and quant quite well, actually.
Excellent.
Dissecting life stories and narratives. It's really, really cool stuff. Just a bit of a plug for just probably one of the best books I read was The Redemptive Self.
Cool.
So I'm sitting with this guy at dinner. I'm trying not to be weird because apparently that's the theme of my life. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. And I'm sitting next to a couple other grad students, and I look over and we're seeing just like the most painfully awkward. Well, it looks like a first date ever. These two individuals, it looks like they were set up, and the conversation seemed perfectly milquetoast, but the entire time, you can just see her. She's just in a stance where it's like she doesn't want to be there almost. And he's trying his damnedest to keep this conversation going. It's not really going anywhere, and he's just. It wasn't really a funny one. It was just kind of sad. It's one of those things where your anterior cingulate cortex would also turn on too, because watching vicarious rejection still hurts, and it's like. It's just like it's like, oh, dude, buddy. I mean, he was an absolute gentleman the whole time, but she was just not interested, and the grad students and I we're just sitting there. We're trying not to stare, and it's like, and it's just I don't know. It was just kind of a bummer to see.
Yeah, it like permeates the room.
Yes.
Kind of. Like if you're aware of it, you're really like.
It's affecting the environment.
I feel it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel it.
We were like 3 tables away too, so it was the radiation of this. It was, I don't know. You could cut it with a knife.
Like a data center, just emanating
sucking up
negative
all the
noise
water in the room.
Yeah.
Right next to a zoo now.
That's pretty bad.
That is bad. That's a good story though. Yeah.
It's good. Sometimes it's just like, you think whatever I'm doing, it could be worse. Like whatever's happening over here.
God
God
bless
them.
him.
I will never disparage my jean shorts ever again.
It's like good for them for trying.
Yeah.
They're both out there, and it doesn't always work out, and that's part of
that's
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
literally can't be with everyone.
You've tried.
I've tried. I've tried. It's impossible. I'm exhausted. Okay.
Okay. So this is the opposite of what you just experienced. What is your ideal date?
Well, my ideal date. The question here is the conflict between what would she also like versus something that I would like too.
Oh, that's sweet.
That's nice.
Yeah,
to think about.
Yeah, because my reflexive response is to go to a wrestling show and sit in the front row and just say obscenities. But also too, I suspect that's not going to go over well. Unless of course someone would really like to do that. Would that sound like a good date for either you? Would a crazy ass wrestling show? Would that actually work?
I think
Honestly,
margaritas before.
yeah.
You know?
If
Fair.
I can drink,
Well,
I'm
it's
down.
Shawna, it's a wrestling show. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Grow up.
Okay.
No. No, it's required.
No,
Yeah.
that's required. I
Right.
think that sounds fun.
I think that sounds
Something
fun, honestly.
silly, fun,
Yeah,
something to
it's
watch.
Something I wouldn't have ever done before,
Fair. All right.
specifically.
Right.
Like
So-
on a date for sure.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are encouraging me. Thank you. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So I guess it would be a wrestling show. And ideally, then I defer to her expertise for food because I don't necessarily want to be presumptuous. I like guaranteeing autonomy and stuff. I mean, the most important thing is I'm paying for it. So it's I just want to make sure that she gets to be the one to make that decision. So wherever she likes to go, that's fine with me. I eat anything. It's it's ridiculous. I don't even look at my food anymore. I just
This could be anything.
Inhale. This could be anything.
no, just the episode of SpongeBob when Patrick's mouth turns into a vacuum. That's basically me when I eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just let her choose where to eat before or after show, depending on how late things are. Some of the shows are early, some are not, and then ideally just end the night just quite simply just being able to exist on a couch with her. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I just I've recently realized that the mundane is something that I enjoy quite a bit, and I just as silly as this conversation can get sometimes, I just like mundane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mundane is
Yeah.
good. If you can
Yeah.
chill out with someone and just like
Mhm.
hang out, I
Yeah.
think that's a really good sign.
I mean, honestly, one of my more favorite things to do with a significant other is to watch some obscure television show, and if there's something that comes up that I know something about, I just point and say, "Hey, do you know this very very specific fact that that people our age probably don't know?" But I grew up without cable, so I know a lot about 60s sitcoms.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Buddy Epson, yeah, he almost died from a bunch of paint in his lungs.
Paint in his lungs.
Yeah, so Jed Clampett on Beverly Hillbillies, he was the original Tin Man, and they painted his face, and the paint they were using, I think it was like an aluminum base in it, so he inhaled a bunch of it and basically almost died while filming, and then basically the studio said, yeah, you know what, you can't be the Tin Man anymore, and we're not really gonna pay for this, you're fired, and it was basically anytime I see Jed Clampett, I just think of Long Issues.
Wow. No one was suing anyone back then.
No.
Like that would be a
No.
massive lawsuit now.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's because most orphans were the property of the studio, so they didn't have to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, well,
Mhm.
Mitch is dropping some knowledge.
Yeah.
That checks out.
I really want to start a Little Rascals podcast now.
I think you should do that.
I think we should do that.
Okay, then.
That's great.
As long as there's girls allowed.
Of
It's not a
course.
He-Man's Woman
Right.
Hater
No.
Club.
Right.
Don't you remember the end? The He-Man Woman Haters Club has a new edition. Women welcome.
That's
That's
true.
right.
That's true.
Right. That's right. Women welcome.
Okay.
Great.
So, Mitch, what dating show would you want to be on? And what is your flirty tagline?
All right. So, dating show that I want to be on. Oh man, this one's gonna be horrifying to say out loud. Actually, you guys ever see the UK dating show from a while back? It's called Naked Attraction.
No.
So essentially, it's a show where people go on, and the premise is you have to choose an ideal mate based on physical features where you don't see their face until the end. And here's a rider: everyone whose body you're viewing is in the buff.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
Yes. Hopefully, so things I don't necessarily want to evaluate. Yeah, so I don't want to have to evaluate people. That just sounds horrible. I mean, again, I'm not endorsing the naturalistic fallacy, but
Right.
no, it would be nice to be stand there in the buff while someone tries to evaluate me, because this will be a nice way either to find someone who appreciates the contours of my body, or possibly a character building moment where I can use their positive feedback to try to improve whatever this is.
Wow.
You're incredible, Mitch. That's amazing.
Great. That would take a lot. So is it they reveal pieces at
Yes.
a time?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Okay.
so
Great question.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they start out with the feet. So
I was thinking
yeah.
all at once.
Oh, no,
Without the head.
No, oh,
I was like, this is insane.
oh no, there's a progression to figure out what kind of person you are.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I mean, like they start out with shins down, and basically there's a certain clientele of individuals who like that a lot.
Right.
The Amish.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, some Amish communities like it quite a bit, because also too you can find it if they're Amish, because there could be webbed feet.
Is that common in the
a
Amish
thing?
community?
In some pockets, yes, there's a bit of a founder effect where it's just it just kind of permeated a bit.
Interesting.
Yeah, not every Amish community, but some pockets do actually have a webbed feet thing
Interesting.
happening. But yeah,
Some pockets have pockets.
right. We need to figure out if there's religious homogamy English. That's a really, really obscure joke. I apologize.
Tell that to the people at home.
Yes.
Tell it to the Amish people.
I don't think they're listening.
No,
They will find this podcast.
They will.
Sie hören nicht. So it's a
Yeah.
but yeah, it's So they're so they revealed the shins and the feet first, and then and then after that they go up to the torso. So basically, this is the horrifying part where they actually have them evaluate the genitals of the person now.
Wow.
Wild. And they're talking about this.
Yes,
Openly.
in a very cold, calculating way. The other person's behind the mirror saying, just hearing them say, oh, there looks like his peck has got a little bend there, and
Wow.
Little bend down under.
yeah.
That's yeah.
Or and sometimes it gets a bit crude where they just say, "Oh, it's looking all flappy down there," and that's
Wow.
yeah, it's cruel and fascinating all at the same time.
I bet.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm kind of interested.
Yeah.
I know.
Where'd you watch this at?
This was on I forget which BBC it was. This is I think right now it's on HBO Max.
That sounds right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an old show. But yeah, and again, I don't want to have to be the one to evaluate things myself. I feel like that would put me in an awful position. I do not want to evaluate these people. I just think it'd be really, really funny to have people evaluate me and standing on stage without any pants on. I think that would be just hilarious.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.
So if you were on that show, do they have like, I'm Mitch the Scientist, and I want you to examine my nethers? Like, is it? I don't know.
Oh God, I wish that would happen. I mean, well, they're British, so it's overly formal, and they're super polite about it. When they're saying a bunch of crass words that get bleeped on American TV.
Right.
Yep, that's ridiculous. So they, there's no real tagline on that. Basically, they then reveal the face, and then basically they just look at them and say, all right, I'll have a go with you, Bert, or however they talk. And,
Yeah.
and they go off and do that. But in terms of like phrases or things that I could say as like it's like a flirty tagline of sorts. So
Yeah.
so actually, I'm curious about this phrasing myself. So when one says tagline, what are some what would be an example of one?
Sure. Like, it makes me think of Real Housewives, even though that's not a dating show, but they like introduce themselves, and then there's some kind of innuendo that they mention. I may not be a perfect wife, but I know how to wield a knife, or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
You would get
Yeah.
involved.
That probably would be my tag.
Yeah, that would be yours.
Actually,
yeah, that's you.
Yeah. Shauna, you think of one as an
Yeah,
example.
I'm trying to think of a good example because I'm thinking about like the dating shows that do them, like
Yeah.
Next
Next.
used to do them.
Yes.
It would be like, oh, I'm a ball player and a real player too, or whatever. Like they would come out and like it's something about their personality, but it's like it either rhymes or it's like catchy and it's short. It's just like a one sentence. Like a thesis statement of yourself.
Oh, there
I
we go.
that.
Yes, yes. That,
Or the title even.
Yep. Condense this into an abstract. All right.
Yeah.
I'd say hello there. I am Mitch the Scientist. Don't let these drawers fool you. I tend to have good genes. You have to venture inward to figure that out.
I like
Excellent.
it. Yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great.
Good. Yeah.
I also love how you're a scientist and your favorite like dating show is watching people evaluate other individuals. Like that in itself
It's
is
a very
sort of
scientific type of dating show.
Not quantitative, not qualitative. It's
Well, it could be both.
Somewhere
it's
both.
it's both.
kind of.
Yeah. I mean, well, in the end, one has to consider proportions that are considered optimally attractive. So like specific facial ratios oftentimes are considered more attractive than others. Like symmetry as an example, not like perfect bilateral symmetry that looks creepy, but like proportionate symmetry, people tend to look more. The people look more attractive when they have more symmetrical features actually. So and oftentimes those are based on proportions. But I feel a bit mortified that I revealed that part about myself, but
No, I love it.
I think that's great.
I think it's great, and I'm gonna find this show.
I want to watch
I
this
do
show
too.
now.
Yeah.
I am intrigued. There's a I had a friend that did a naked roast battle.
Oh no.
In New York City one time.
What?
Like, and I was it makes me think of that, like, but it's comedy wise. Like, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a roast battle,
They
but
were
you're both naked. Like,
That is hell.
yeah, I can't imagine-
You
can't
just
imagine.
described hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
That's how it seems insane. to
That's the
me.
only thing that would make that show worse
Yeah.
is that.
Right,
is
right.
getting roasted.
It's getting roasted. Yeah, it's being fully nude.
Yep.
Getting
Yikes.
roasted.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
just you can see things that are not my clubbed foot, which makes it even more horrifying. You guys can visibly see that I'm physically lopsided. Maybe this explains my research, but like just from the knees down, I'm completely asymmetrical. I wear my left foot is a 10, my right foot is an 8.
No
Really?
way.
Yep, it's an idiopathic club foot.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a weird thing where I was just my parents tried to figure out what this was, but basically doctors don't really know what it is. I just came out crooked and So maybe it's just we don't know really what it was, but yeah, just I ended up with a foot kind of like pointing inward. I looked like I was getting a backing from the Ministry of Silly Walks for like the first year of my life. There's a little orthopedic surgery for baby Mitch trying to walk in the cast.
Oh,
and
baby Mitch.
yeah.
Oh.
Baby Mitch was a little pathetic at that point, but it's
Oh.
yeah. Well, the thing is, that it got even sadder too because juxtaposed to that. So I'm a triplet, so my two brothers were walking around, and I was in the cast still.
So you were like the odd man out.
Yeah. And just all my aunts just kind of like, oh, they just they're just sad.
And your grandma was like, "He'll never get laid."
Yep. Every damn time, even at a young age.
He better be a scientist one day.
Yeah.
He better figure something out.
Yeah. So the worst part too is that like there actually is some veracity to that story of me explaining my research and family basically saying things like that too. So there was one time I was describing also to my grandpa. He was a bit couther and basically said, "Well, Mitch, sounds like you're trying to get in somebody's pants." And I'm just it's a slow burn on the inside. It's like I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not committing elder abuse and.
Not today.
Yeah, but also like Grandpa, that was adept and astute. It's just, I love you for just doing that, but also, God damn it,
You're like, I'm also trying to help other people get in other people's pants.
Yeah.
It's not just for me. I'm not selfish about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
for everyone.
me search has broad implications.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It has broad implications. Yes.
This is incredible.
Yes. This is great.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So the next question is, what flirty question should we ask our next guest? So this will be on the list for us to ask future guests.
Okay. Flirty. The flirty question for the next guest. As in, do you flirt with them for the question or?
Basically, it's like, what would you want to know? Like, what can we ask them that they'll answer on the podcast?
Okay.
There's like a whole nother group of
Yeah.
questions. We'll have you pick a number, and it's
fair.
one of the questions that a
Yeah.
guest asked. And
Okay.
The last question we'll ask you is from a previous
Gotcha.
guest.
yeah.
Right on. Cool. Nice. So I'd say in a way that I hope can bolster their sense of self-confidence, describe what you consider to be your best physical feature.
Oh, I love that.
That's a great question.
Yeah. So even though I'm talking pretty heavily about good genes, attractiveness, blah blah blah, I normally when I do talk about these things, I try to do this as a form of genuine compliments for people, and I will never, as I'm describing good genes on things, unless it's like a roast battle, I will never talk about any kind of like disparaging part of somebody's appearance at all. I don't like that, but I also want to use this as a chance to make people introspect on, maybe there are some fitness cues on them, and maybe, dare I say, in some ways they can view themselves as a bit more breedable.
I
Yeah,
like that.
that's great. Well, what do you think is yours?
Yeah.
So in a domain of physical health and good genes, I'm gonna go with my. I'm gonna go with my shoulder arm area more broadly. I do a lot of lifting, and I'm quite proud of how big that is. And in terms of on a more interpersonal level, my big idiot smile, which for some reason is quite endearing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's great.
That is great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, the next question will be our last question,
All right.
and it is from a guest that we have had. So I'll have you pick a number between 11 and 20.
All right. In the spirit of Spinal Tap, I will go with 11.
Okay, great. So what is your go-to flirting move? Something that always works.
Actually, the one thing that always works is big words. Yeah, it's a thing that the one thing that just in many areas, just the idea that I'm actually out talking to people and I'm unironically getting excited about something incredibly esoteric. And then just the pentasyllabic vocabulary comes out, which ironically enough is a pentasyllabic word.
That's great.
Yeah, it's just honestly, just every single time, just getting really excited using big words. That is something that just it works every single time. I've had quite a bit of success on it, even if it doesn't necessarily turn into some kind of romantic attraction. a lot of women simply just enjoy that that someone who uses big words is paying attention to them, and I'm gonna go with that.
I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
think that's great.
Yeah. So be excited.
Yeah.
Pull out a dictionary, guys.
Right. Read a book.
Read a book.
You know.
Get the thesaurus app on your
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. There we go.
But please, before you actually start using those words, make sure you practice with them a little bit, because you will get called out if you're not using them correctly, and we just basically you'll end up looking like Michael Scott, and there will be some spider facing happening.
Yeah. And
Yes.
we are not going back to the spider talk.
No, we can't do that.
It's
Oh, you sure,
scary.
mate? We can go back to that.
Oh no. No. So scary.
Amazing. Mitch, the scientist, thank you so much for being on our
Yes.
podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Is there anything you would like to plug? Tell the people where they should read of yours, or where they can find you, or come see you, or anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, yeah. So I guess in terms of performances, just look for your local open mic events throughout the NWA area. There's some documents going around that kind of list that all. Typically find me at one of those. You can also learn more about my research at spherelabar.weebly.com to find out more about my research if you wanted to get involved if you're a student in some capacity. If you want to see some more work on what I'm just doing more broadly, you can go to Google Scholar. My government name is Mitch Brown. Just make sure you do Mitch Brown, Arkansas, so that way you don't get me confused with the Australian football player. Or the
Hate when that happens.
yeah, right.
Right.
Or the Canadian plastic surgeon.
Oh.
Or even worse. Oh, this is worse actually. So I'm not the only Mitch Brown from my hometown. There was another Mitch Brown who's 2 years younger than me. He played football. He was a lot cooler than I am. And basically, when I interviewed with my grad program, my master's, basically they said, "Oh, you're from Mentor, Ohio. Are you the Mitch Brown who played football?" No, and just an awkward tone change. So I think they were trying to recruit me for their football team for grad school. I mean, I can hit real good, but also too I am garbage with throwing things. So there was that. But yeah, Google Scholar Mitch Brown, and if you want to find out more about my research, I'm also available if you want to talk about things at mb103@uark.edu, and just know. I'm just kind of around NWA all the time, and I'm pretty conspicuous. I don't take off the jorts, so just come talk to me sometime.
Yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Love it, Mitch.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I really, really appreciate it.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
Thanks for coming.
And we will see you guys later.
Yeah. Okay.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.